DigiDesign at the time had a thing called an all-access package, and it was kind of a collection of different plugins. And I used that for the first year with Linkin Park. I then discovered Waves and started replacing plugins with Waves plugins. And I would say 2 weeks into owning Waves plugins, I had replaced most of those other plugins. It significantly improved my mix. I can't say enough about Waves stuff. It's superior plugins. Their particular plugin models, they make a LA 1176. Chris Lord Algae makes one. It sounds exactly like an analog version that I remember it sounding like, and so it feels kind of like coming home. It makes sense to me. With computers, we have the ability to switch plugins very fast, and so you bring up a plugin, and within seconds you decide, oh, I don't like that plugin. Let's put something else. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. In that whole switching of plugins, if you put up a Waves plugin, 9 times out of 10 you're like, oh, okay, yes, that's much better. 3 out of the hundreds of them?
Oh. C4?
C6.
C6?
C6 for sure. Probably the max volume I really like on vocals. My vocal chain is a Renaissance compressor, Renaissance channel, to a max volume to a C6. No matter what band I work for, that's generally my standard vocal chain. So yeah, I'd say maybe it's those 3. The L2, though, I have an L2 on the mix bus, is the sound of records these days. When people master, they use the L2 and really kind of get the ultimate loudness, before clipping. And that's what records sound like now. And so using it here makes it sound, like the record. And so I tend to use this. This is my final output stage is an L2. I am using the C6 not so much as a global compression. It is a smoothing of frequencies. So when you get into one song to another, the bass guitar may have more 250 hertz in it than it does in the next song, because on stage they're changing tones. They have pedal boards and they're changing all kinds of sounds. And so not only in snapshots am I doing EQ, but kind of the global shaping of that is happening with the C6. Very little, it's not heavy compression at all, it's just barely tickling stuff. Like right now, it's going through the mix bus, and as you can see, it's just barely tickling some things here. And the L2 is where the real master compression is happening.